Hi everyone, so this video is going to be another Paletteful Packs unboxing, and I'm actually working on a comic project right now for school, and there's a bunch of panels I need to do, and I have to do them in, well, any media, but I plan on using ink for the lines and then doing some color digitally, but I took a peek in here because I needed a certain type of paper, and this ended up having Bristol paper, which is something that I really need to use for this project. So I did look in here first because I was kind of desperate for paper, so I decided to just make this into the video. So let's look. There's even liners in here, which will definitely be useful. There's a sharpener. I haven't like fully looked at everything, so there's a sharpener. I always lose my sharpeners, so that's good. Oh, they're like multicolored pencils. I'll have to do a separate art piece with these, but that's actually so cool. And a gold one, or no, a blender. So many of these. This is actually so cool. I'm actually really excited to use these. And the Bristol paper, which I need for my project. Oh, this is for dry media. Maybe this isn't what I need. Is this gray? It doesn't seem very dark. These are definitely more of a gray than a black. I actually wouldn't mind doing the lines on this paper though, for my comic. These are so cool. I've never had pencils like this as an adult. They're like multicolored. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I actually love this. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm excited to swatch all of these. Okay, this is Sunset. I like how the volcano one has random bits of light blue. I'm trying to like change my grip as I write the words so you can see how it changes. Oh, this one's so cool. Evening Storm. Ah. Reminds me of those popsicles. That's definitely an Evening Storm. I definitely get that vibe from it. Summer Sky. It's a pretty subtle shift of color, but it definitely shifts. Ocean. Very similar to Summer Sky. Pretty much the same, actually. I don't see much of a difference. Maybe there's more dark tones. Yeah, but that's pretty much the only difference. Forest. Rainforest. I spelled that wrong. So this one has like deeper greens. These are so cool. I'm so glad I have these. They're gonna be so fun to sketch with. Oh, I like this one. I was just gonna say, is this gonna be called Tiger? And it is. It'd be so fun to do like an outdoor sketch with this. Oh my gosh. And the blender, let's see. Kind of really scratchy. It even came with 2 of them though. It even comes with a carrying case, which is so awesome. And I could just bring these with me and just sketch with them when I feel like it. And if someone like asks to borrow a pencil, I can just give them one of these and they'll be so confused why it changes color. The blender isn't really my favorite thing. It's very scratchy, but I can definitely see how it could be useful. It's just like feels so different from the pencil, like it's so rough. But I guess some people could get it to work for them. And the liners definitely feel less black than most liners, but they still are pretty nice, and it will suit my purpose for the comic I'm going to be doing. Oh, that's actually quite nice. I still don't really understand why the blender's so scratchy, but that's a really nice sharpener actually. I really like that. I wish there was a lid to keep stuff from falling out. Like when you go like that, it can come out, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna get on with doing my art. So I'm really excited to use these pencils to sketch, and I'm just looking at these prompts, and they're last, old, cozy, and coffee. but I kind of want to draw a bunch of things. I just want to test each of these and do like a sketch with them and just kind of have fun and play around. So, and actually, like I mentioned, I didn't really film the process, but I did use some of these pages with these liners to make lines for a comic project I was working on for school, and I really like this paper, so I would highly recommend it with like ink if you don't like smooth surfaces, because I find smooth paper for ink, it doesn't have enough resistance and my lines end up really wobbly. So I like this because it's still fairly smooth, but it has just enough texture for me and how I work to get the line quality that I like. There's this cute photo of a cat just sitting in an armchair, so I'm going to try to sketch that. And I think this is a good color for it. I really haven't been sketching as much as I should lately, and I just, I think this will be a good way for me to get back into it, because whenever school starts, I kind of abandon my sketchbook for a bit because I feel like I don't have time and I'm just like so tired and just trying to get used to the new schedule. But I think this will be a good way for me to kind of try to get into it again. So the cat's kind of sitting here, sort of has this kind of movement. These kinds of pencils seemed kind of gimmicky to me at first, especially the ones that have like rainbow colors in them, because you can't really control what you're doing, and they seemed more like they were for children, but this is definitely more of a professional brand, and I think it definitely has its uses, especially when the colors are more similar like this and actually complement each other. So this is the color called Tiger, which is a bunch of different oranges, browns, and yellows, or like the same orange, brown, and yellow all mixed together. I feel like it'd be easy to kind of get things to be a little too saturated with this kind of pencil, but I think it's just a good, like, it's like a very fun way to sketch, because you never really know exactly what the color is going to end up being when you put it on the paper, and I think that's kind of fun. Okay, I have to try drawing this bird because it's very cute, but I don't really have any neutral colors. This might have to do. It took me so long to realize where birds' feet come from. So I was like, how do they attach to their bodies? And I would always do it wrong, but it took me a while to realize when I was first trying to draw animals. And now the wing is pretty much purely blue, so I'm going to use my blue one for it. I guess this can be like the pops of like your true black colors, just to be used sparingly to add the contrast, and then like don't overdo it like I did over here where it's kind of like arbitrarily placed in. It definitely looks better when the black is used more minimally. This might be some of the most fun I've had with subscription boxes. I was looking at, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this very well. I was looking at this photo of this bird, and there's just so many more that are just like it. It's so funny. I feel a little bit more warmed up now, so maybe I will try to draw something related to coffee. I really want this pencil, whatever one that is. It looks like a red, a brown, and a gray, maybe? I really want that one, but I don't think my set came with that. All of these are very light colors or mid-tone colors, so I'm having a hard time getting darker tones. I wish there were some darker pencils mixed into the set. Okay, I'm not really loving that sketch. Drawing something a little bit fall themed because fall's coming up. This is based off of a reference, but I did change it a bit. I do also really like this green color. It's good for more of like monochromatic sort of sketches. Now that's a cool bird, really low res photo, but I'll still try. It looks like some kind of peacock. But it's like a black and white one. I just feel like so many of the colors are so similar, I never really know what to use. I also kind of like Volcano. This one is just nice and vibrant. Gives you some nice saturation contrast. I feel like also these work best to not overdo it with the shading unless you have really good control over the color, because it's just so unpredictable. I just don't know if the really harsh stroke I'm about to make is going to ruin it, because it might be the wrong color. Kind of want to use the bright yellow one for this one. Wow, the lead breaks quite easily. I'm gonna try to sharpen it with a knife to prevent that from happening, hopefully. I wouldn't call this a hard lead or a soft lead. I'd say it's kind of in the middle. But they're definitely a fun tool, and I want to get my hands... I kind of want to get my hands on some darker colors and some more variety. And also some ones where the colors are more similar to each other. That they blend through, so it's more of a subtle shift of hue, because I'm finding the ones that have a lot of difference in them really hard to control, which, I mean, that's the nature of this kind of supply, but the tiger one has this really dark grayish brown, and when I press hard on it, it's almost like they have different softnesses, so some of them don't look as solid as the other ones, especially you can kind of see that here. Drawing this little witch character. She's casting a spell over here. I feel like this is the one sketch that is really bothering me, so I kind of want to draw something else and cover it up. Another frog with a pie. So I made a sticker of a frog with a pie for Patreon this past month. This is one of the most colorful sketching pages I've done in a long time. So I find whenever I mix the black pen with a sketch, I tend to not like it as much. But I think it could be strategically done well, and I actually want to try doing a sketch that's all black, but then adding a pop of color with these color shifting pencils, and I think that would actually work pretty well. This is making me want to just go in my sketchbook and just design a bunch of weird characters, because I really need to do that again. Haven't really like sketched freely in a long time. You can tell it was like warm up worked out kind of well because I like drawing birds and they're pretty easy to draw for me now. So this was like a warm up. It's kind of like, it's not really there. Warm up, kind of odd, but getting there. And then I sort of started to loosen up as I went on. And now I'm drawing a little frog dude. I like turtlenecks. I just like that aesthetic and I like drawing things like that. So I just think it looks cool. Can't really explain why. I love doing cross hatching. I just think, or just hatching. Just think it adds a lot of charm to things. Maybe she's casting a energy spell on herself to make herself less tired or something. I don't know. But I think that's an interesting way to use it too. You could just cut off the part I didn't like. Okay. So there is my page of sketches. I really enjoyed using these pencils and just kind of figuring out the best way to make them work for me and how I draw. I think by far my favorite color though is the Evening Storm one. It just has very nice muted colors in it because of the gray, but it has pops of colors that kind of complement each other, like the blue and the sort of dark sort of burgundy magenta color. I really like this one, and I also like this rainforest one because it has some really nice dark greens in it. And Paletteful Packs did send me this to review, but they didn't pay me to say anything, obviously. I just wanted to try out these supplies. Also, make sure to check out my Patreon. I post little like sketch updates there, and I post some digital speed paints that I don't really post anywhere else. And I do like updates about what's going on with my life and school and all the homework, all the art homework I have. And I also send out rewards every month. To get the physical rewards for next month, you have to pledge before October. And I plan on making it sort of like a Halloween themed reward. So if you're into that, make sure you pledge. You're going to get some Halloween themed stickers and a journal page about some spooky area. I'm gonna have to design that myself probably because I don't think I've done anything like that in the past, because usually I base the pages off of stuff I've already drawn. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.